Hello again for story time. This is Grandma Sandy reading for my grandson and all the boys and girls out there tuning in today. Thank you. It's good to see you again. I have a very special story to share with you called Story Dance. And the story is written by Barbara Satterfield and it's illustrated by Fran Gregory. When I go to visit my grandmother Nana, I look in the cabinet where she keeps the family treasures. She keeps them locked up in a tall glass front cabinet. They are special and fragile and older than she is. She shows them to me whenever I ask it, and she tells me their stories as long as I'll listen. But I have been strictly forbidden to touch them, play with them, or hold them. Those are the rules. But this time will be different. Nana, I say, let's look at the treasures. My, she says with a smile. She opens the doors with a skeleton key and lets me look over the shelves. I see her grandmother's glasses, a tiny wooden ring, the gold stripes from the grandfather's war uniform, a necklace of buttons, an old valentine, a locket with pictures and snips of curled hair, a baby cup, books, and a pearl-handled knife. A loving cup won at the county horse race, and my favorite treasure for all time forever, my great Auntie Emmerdale's pink beaded shawl lying next to a photograph of strangely dressed people who posed for a camera so long ago. This one, I say. You know that story, Nana says gently. You know it by heart. But I've never heard it while holding the shawl, I say. May I have a turn? It isn't for handling, she says. It might rip. But this year I'm 8. I know to be careful. My, I guess we can try. Together, we lift the shawl from the shelf. The beads clickety-clack as it unfolds. The sheet of silk sewn up in flowers and peacocks. It slips through our fingers and falls on the floor. Nana got it from Emmerdale, who crossed the wide ocean to study folk dances in faraway places. She met with dancers and watched them, then wrote down their movements and noted the music. And that's a picture of Emmerdale from long, long ago. Go on, I say. Oh, you know what's next, Nana says, laughing. You know it by heart. But I've never heard it while holding and wearing the shawl as the story is told. I say very slowly. It isn't for dress up, she says. It's too special. I will only wear it today if you'll let me. Just once, Nana says. Then we'll make another. One you can wear whenever you want to. My, how will I tie it? Emmerdale met with some gypsies in Spain to learn the folk dance they called the Flamenco. She said the dancers made up their own music depending on how they felt at the time. Along with guitar music and castanets, they moved like a summer storm coming and going. Hot sunlight and wind, slow thunder, quick lightning. And here's a real castanet that Grandma Sandy plays and has played in the past. And someday I'll play for you. And then I say, they danced. Exactly, says Nana. You know it by heart. But I've never heard it while dancing each part in a shawl like a gypsy, I say. It isn't for play, she says. It's too delicate. I'll dance so gently, I promise in a whisper. Please do, Nana says, but before you begin, we'll find a flower to put in your hair. Thank you, I say, standing much taller. My, Nana says with a sigh. I move as she tells each part of the dance that Emmerdale wrote down and sent in a letter. I stamp my feet slowly and raise my arms and flip hands, just like people I've seen in the picture, and snap, snap, snap my fingers. My heels hit the hardwood. I clap like my heartbeat and dance, dance, dance like the ladies in Spain who do the flamenco. My great auntie saw the dancers herself. the dancers who gave her the shawl from the shelf. I follow them, digging my toes through before stepping. I prance as I dance. With my chin in the air, I look at the floor and I hear Nana saying, "More, señorita, more." The dancers beside me, we clap up together. We sway to the rhythm and watch the fringe shawl. I twirl in a Spanish shawl worn at a bullfight and stamp, stamp, stamp to the story that Nana has told me time and time again. Then Amadeo wrapped up the shawl, I say, and she mailed it to you along with the letter. That's right, Nana says. You know it by heart. But I never read what was said in the letter, I say very slowly. Do you still have it? Why, yes, Nana says. Would you like to see it? Now that you're 8 and know to be careful, I'll let you read it if that's what you want. Nana and I go into the attic and open up a trunk that weighs more than I do. Inside are bundles of ribbon-wrapped letters, talls of stacks of sketchbooks, and piles of old papers. Nana finds the right letter in just a few moments. It's written in cursive, but I can still read it. It was written in Seville, Spain. Dearest Francine, your telegram arrived this morning. Congratulations. How wonderful for you to have a lovely daughter. Celebrate by dancing in this silk shawl. It's hard for me to believe that I am an aunt now. Just think, someday you might even be a grandmother. Kiss the baby for me. Love, Amadeo. P.S. Watch for my letter about the flamenco. The baby's my mother, I giggle to think of her wrapped up and gurgling in Nana's arms. And I'm the one who made you a grandmother. What did she say when I came along? Had she been alive, she would have said, "How delightful," Nana said, laughing, tweaking my nose. I wish I had known her, I say. Oh, but you can, Nana says. She turns to the trunk and opens a drawer filled with old pictures and black and white postcards. She starts a new story with, my, how time does fly. From my heart to yours,